Hello YouTubers. Today I'm going to explain one of the problems of the ice melting in the Arctic that doesn't seem to be given as much attention. More often than not, when talking about the melting ice, rising sea levels are talked about. The way I see it, rising sea levels is the least concerning. It is a fact that the ice in the Arctic is melting. Countries including America, China, and Russia are starting to stake claims in the Arctic. As Mike Pompeo said just a couple of days ago, the Arctic is at the forefront of opportunity and abundance. It houses 13% of the world's undiscovered oil, 30% of its undiscovered gas, an abundance of uranium, rare earth minerals, gold, diamonds, and millions of square miles of untapped resources and fisheries galore. So as countries fight over these resources, it will only create further hostilities between them, much similar to the escalating situation in the South China Sea. In fact, Mike Pompeo also said, do we want the Arctic Ocean to transform into the new South China Sea, fraught with militarization and competing territorial claims? Well, unfortunately, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. It also shows that the United States government knows perfectly well that climate change is a reality. While the current administration doesn't want to admit it, actions speak louder than words. And yet, war isn't even the biggest problem. The biggest problem is viruses and bacteria. Underneath that ice, there is ancient bacteria and viruses. These viruses and bacteria have never been in contact with humanity. It's highly unlikely that our immune system would be able to effectively combat viruses that it's never encountered before. And you can't make antibiotics for bacteria until you know what kind of bacteria it is. If the ice melts and that stuff gets out, it could make the Black Plague look like a case of the common cold. Truly a pestilence of biblical proportions. So here's what's important to know. As most of us realize, the melting ice will create rising sea levels. Worse than that, it will likely lead to more war. Even worse than that, it will likely lead to a viral and bacterial outbreak the likes of which the world has never seen. Remember, the Black Plague killed approximately a third of Europe. To pretend that we can't have an outbreak of at least that scale is disingenuous. In closing, I would like to quote from Isaiah. I believe that the passage is actually a reference to climate change. It says in Isaiah 24, "The earth dries up and withers. The world languishes and withers. The exalted of the earth language. The earth is defiled by its people. They have disobeyed the laws, violated the statutes, and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore a curse consumes the earth. Its people must bear their guilt. Therefore the earth's inhabitants are burned up, and very few are left." Folks, if you like my opinion, please show your support by subscribing. Thanks for your time.